It's an incredibly peaceful place, but remarkably, it's only a few metres from the main railway routes through Peterborough. This is the aptly named Railworld Wildlife Haven. The land was purchased by the late Reverend Richard Peyton in 1985, and it was originally intended to be a railway museum, but the focus then shifted towards creating a nature reserve. One of the co-founders, Brian Pearce, is still a trustee. In 2018, he was given an MBE for his work at the site.
We want people to appreciate what amazing world we live in, and we've created this from a derelict coal yard. And it just shows you what you can do to the city centre, in the city centre, for people to enjoy.
The coal yard was gradually transformed into a wildlife haven by a group of volunteers, but it still features elements of rail heritage, including sections of a railway viaduct used as bridges. And volunteers now run a range of activities, like the People's Shed, where Richard and Mark were completing some woodwork projects.
We can make as much noise and mess as we like, and we can contribute to the wildlife haven here, and it's also a really nice space surrounded by trees next to the railway. It's just a great space.
Beekeeper Richard Davies has been helping to look after the hives they have here for many years.
Railworld has given us an opportunity to get to show our bees to a different group of people, because we as beekeepers want to explain all the good things that bees can do, and Railworld has been helping us do that for the last 10-15 years.
The haven is also home to these porter cabins where a group called the Village Turners teach people how to shape wood on a lathe. And Sarah was learning some new skills to take back to the classes she runs at the City College.
Without it, we wouldn't have known how to use the lathe and be able to use it and teach the people we support the new skills to learn how to use it and create new products for them to take home and enjoy.
This former Swedish rail workers' bike is the main feature of an area of the reserve which has been created by the Morris family, who live nearby.
It's like being in a different world down here, really, you know, and we really enjoy being out in the fresh air, doing gardening, weeding or cutting bushes.
The Railworld Wildlife Haven has a focus on the environment, and this rotating model of the Earth in the Globe Hall was also made by volunteers. And Simon comes in to offer his IT skills for the centre.
If you're driving down Andle Road, most people won't realise it's here, but what a fantastic place to bring wildlife and nature close to people in the middle of the city centre. You can look at the Wildlife Haven, and if you're interested in trains, you can watch the trains go past.
The rail heritage influence can be seen in other parts of the site. This is RTV 31, the prototype of an experimental hover train tested in the Fens in the 1970s. Railworld is also right next to this stop on the Nene Valley Railway. Work is being carried out to move a former station building here, and the Heritage Railway's archive is now stored on the site.
Tremendously valuable. So we did have a major problem with storage space at our main base at Wansford, and then Railworld came to our rescue, offered us this space. So we've been here about 10-12 years. I've been here as curator for 6 years.
This huge model railway layout is an attraction particularly enjoyed by younger visitors.
Sometimes they'll just sit here for hours just looking at the trains going round, you know, and I think it's that, you know, you're giving it back, and we're volunteering as well, you know, and we're giving it back, and they just really enjoy it.
There's also an outdoor track which is known as the Garden Railway, and it's maintained by Bob Clark.
I look upon it, it keeps me going. I think when I was made redundant, if I hadn't found something like this place, I wouldn't be here now. But I take on all sorts of work, but it just keeps me going.
And Brian says they're always keen to welcome new faces.
People say that they're lonely. They shouldn't be lonely. You know, we've got people doing woodwork here, we've got people running model railways, we've got people doing gardens. Anybody and everybody, we've got something for everybody. There is no reason for anybody to be lonely out there. Come and see us and we'll find you something to do.
because it's only through the work of volunteers that this city wildlife haven can continue to thrive. Stuart Leiths, ITV News, Peterborough.